Hello beautiful people, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jingyi. In today's video we are going to talk about art supplies. The reason I'm making this video is because, as you can see, I've moved into my new home in London and I'm gonna start my BA Fashion Knitwear at Central Saint Martins very soon. And I just got an email that says we actually have a summer project we need to finish before we start the course, and I'm freaking out actually. So I had to stop all the decorating my room and buying stuff to make it more like a home, all those things that I really love to do, and I need to focus on doing a project first. So I went to an art shop yesterday, which is Cuz. I think it's pretty famous in London, and they have so many shops. And I got this really cute illustration thing yesterday, and just want to show you guys. It looks really cute. And the shop I went to is this one. This is like a flag shop they have in London, and I got all the art supplies that I feel like at least I need these things to start a project. So I just feel like, why not make a video and talk about all the things that I got, show you guys how they look like and why I think they are useful, and maybe it will be helpful for you guys. And you know, I hope I'm not the only one who just gets so excited about art supplies, because you know, as art students, I think these things just make us happy for no reason, or for a lot of reasons, all kinds of reasons, or whatever. Anyway, before we start, as usual, if you enjoyed watching this video and find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new and haven't subscribed, please do. That really encourages me a lot and I really appreciate you. So let's dig into the blue one first, and then I got a pink one. The first thing I want to show you guys is a mat. This is a cutting mat. For those of you who don't know, like this mat, it's just like, it has a really special texture. When you use your knife and cut on it, it actually kind of cut into the mat. But when you take the knife out, the mat will recover itself. And it's pretty amazing because you don't need to cut your paper, the pictures you printed out on your table, as that will destroy your table and you can't really write or draw on the table anymore, and it looks pretty messy and ugly anyway. So to protect your table and help you cut your paper more like precisely, because I feel like it helps you to control your knife a lot as well. So, and it has these like lines like this. It kind of works as a ruler, so it will help you also. And I think it's like pretty much very essential for all kinds of like graphic design students and fashion design students, textile students, because we all need to draw things and make collages and stuff. So this is definitely a must-have, and I highly recommend. The next thing I want to show you guys is this A3 size sketchbook, because I got quite a lot of questions about what kind of sketchbooks I'm using. The ones I showed you guys in the video are usually this kind of A3 size landscape sketchbook. And why is because I tried to use some other sketchbooks when I just started foundation, but it actually really didn't work, and the tutor suggested us to use this because they always encouraged us to forget there is a line in the middle. So basically you need to think it as one page is these 2 pages big, and you always draw things like cross pages, and when you try to decide your layout, always consider as this as a whole page, and you can do a collage maybe just like here or just here, but it cross pages and leave plenty, like enough negative space, and you will realize it actually does look nicer when you do things like this and leave enough like negative space, and it keeps a really like flowy feeling, like a healthy flow in your sketchbook as well, because they are together. So you just finish this page and you turn a page around and you do something new. And like I said, even though you did something you are not so satisfied with, don't rip it off, because it's really important to record all the process in your sketchbook. And as you can see, there are plenty of pages for you to make mistakes. So don't try to hide your mistakes and tear up your sketchbook and make it look so fake and perfect, because there is no fun. And just keep everything in your sketchbook, keep them together, because I know I saw some classmates who liked to work on loosened paper and put them together later on, but I really like to keep a really clear order. I started from the first page, and there was a process, and I tried everything, and just feels nicer. But also we sometimes will be asked to do like an illustration, and this is the head and this is the toe, like a head to toe illustration. That is also something like comes with this kind of sketchbook. You can do a cross-page illustration, and it's like twice as A3 size. I don't know how big that is, but you know what I mean. So you can do cross pages illustration, and you can do single page illustration, or you can do a really nice like line up, like 8 figures from here to here, and there's a plenty enough of room for you to do a line up like this as well, which is very good. So basically for beginners or for people who kind of find themselves get lost when they do sketchbook, or a bit messy like me, you need something as a guide or something that in control, so that no matter how messy your mind is, you always know you're gonna follow this sketchbook and you're gonna record everything in this sketchbook. So I definitely recommend you try this A3 size landscape sketchbook at least once and see how you feel. And I like this kind of sketchbooks because they are pretty strong, and you can always stack a lot of things in, like textile samples and just all kinds of 3D stuff, and it's quite strong. And I always get like a kind of satisfaction when I see I finished a sketchbook and it was like this, and when I finished it, it's like this. Just something very satisfying about that. And it was quite a good price also. I think you've already seen that. I got it for £17.5, and I think, yeah, usually the ones I got at our shop, they're like 30, around 20 something or 30, I'm not sure. But I feel like they're actually similar quality. So let's see how this sketchbook works. Okay, that's the sketchbook. What else? Let's just see what I can get out. Okay, so I also got this tracing paper. So what is tracing paper? It's like, as you can see, it's like a tracing paper pad. I think it's kind of cheaper than you buy it, like just buy one page. And I tried to buy one page once before, but it's very hard to like keep it neat and clean when it's just one very fragile page. You don't even know where to put it. So the pad is actually quite useful. Also, I find you're actually gonna need a lot of them anyway. So I just got a pad, and the thing I like about it is it's like kind of transparent, but it still has a very like nice texture, and you will see when you put markers or like paint on transparent paper, it will look a bit different than you draw it on normal paper. And you will see a lot of people use it in their collages as well. It can simply create like a layer and a texture and add something very tasteful to your sketchbook, if you know what I mean. And if you pay attention, you will realize a lot of people use tracing paper in their sketchbook, sometimes even just to add something blurry or add a layer or add a texture that makes the sketchbook look even more interesting. And I got inspired by a classmate very much. She used transparent paper in her printer, and she just printed out her mark making as a print idea. And because this is like transparent, so the print looks like really nice on transparent paper, and I just thought, yeah, why not? And if you have your own printer, you can always try different paper to see how the print works on different paper and different texture. So there is like plenty of potential of this tracing paper, but I can't really think of anything else right now. But if you guys know any tips and tricks of using tracing paper, or you have any experience about using this and you find it really helpful or interesting, please leave a comment down below and share with us so we can all like know more about this tracing paper, and we can use it and do more interesting work in our sketchbook. Okay. The next thing I got is these. I actually haven't used this before, but well, when you see this brand, you know it's good already. So there's this kind. Sometimes it's a bit pricey, but they are kind of on sale. So I thought, okay, I'll need them anyways. I just got this. The reason I chose this one is I saw like there are different types of them, and I do want to try different types of fine liners, and I think it's really helpful if you can't really control yourself when you draw. Like, you're supposed to use different lines and different techniques, and I know it can be hard at first. So if you find it a bit hard to control your pen and to remind yourself draw different lines, different thickness, different techniques, maybe it's easier to start from something like these, which have like different kind of fine liners, and you just remind yourself to switch your pen, and the only thing you need to do is switch your pen, and the thing you draw will already look different. I think it's just like a lazy, quick way to make your drawing look nicer, finer, and more interesting, and shows that you are always changing the techniques and mediums you use, because they definitely help to make your sketchbook look much more interesting. Maybe we'll try it out later, but I'll just put it over there. And next stuff. So I got this fixative thing. Usually I get the like normal fixative at school, but because I saw this yesterday, and I actually got the oil pastel, this brand. So I just thought I want to try this pastel fixative. Is this like better than normal fixative fix pastel, because I use oil pastel a lot. So, and also it's just like a really nice habit of using fixative along with your work. Like whenever you use something like pastels or chalk or things that might get the page dirty, get your hands dirty, or affect next page, just use this as you go, and don't think it's too much trouble, because it's nice to keep your sketchbook clean. Not in a like boring clean way, but no matter how messy your drawings are, they are intentional, but you don't want it looks messy, because it makes people feel like you are just a messy, dirty person who always gets stuff on your sketchbook, which has nothing to do with your project. So try to use this as you go. Whenever you use things like this, make sure you just spray some fixative on whatever you are drawing and wait until it's dry and continue the next page. I know it's work, but it's worth the work. Okay. They actually have some cheaper oil pastel in the shop, but I tried this and I just loved it. And the guy in the shop was telling me the thing about art supplies, the more expensive they are definitely better. So I said, yeah, I know. And I really love oil pastel, so I think, okay, I'll just spoil myself with this fancy oil pastel and see if it really looks so different with the ones I used before, because the ones I used before are just like normal student standard, and this is like so-called artist standard oil pastel, and hopefully the color and the texture will be better. And you can see the colors over here. I got 24 colors range. They have an even bigger one, but that's much more expensive, so I think I'll just like ease in a little bit and try this out. I'll show you guys later. Yeah, but yeah, I just feel like I want a bit fancy start for my BA course. Like get all the supplies ready and nice, and then I don't have any excuse to make horrible work because I got all the good art supply. That's the pressure I always use to encourage me to work. That is by nice art supplies. Okay, I'm digging in the pink bag somehow. Let's switch back to the blue one. So I got these markers. Last year I got a 10 colors one, I think, and I actually feel like this marker really works really well, and I got it on sale and saved like £20, and I don't know, it's just like the colors are nice and they're very fluid. I feel like I don't have enough adjectives to do this kind of videos, so bear with me. I'm still learning English, so I may sound a bit boring and silly sometimes because I don't have so many words to use, and I don't know any smart words either. But anyway, I got this because this time I do know I need a pack of nice marker, and I want some really bright color range, so I got this one. Let's see how it looks like inside, because I actually didn't check. Ooh. Isn't this exciting? I think there's something about art supplies, like for makeup artists, when they open their makeup like box and bags and all those brushes and all the shadows and all that colorful lipsticks just make you so I love art supply giving me that feeling as well. Look at this color, it's so bright. Yeah, and it's like really nice and clean, and when you put in this bag it's just like very easy to carry around, and that's why I got them. And I think that's all for the blue bag. Let's see what's in the pink bag. So I also got these because this is like super on sale, and I just couldn't help myself it was like 36 pounds before, but now it's only like 9. And I was like a bit suspicious and asked them why it's so cheap now. Is it very dry already? Like I can't use it for a bit long. And they said they just had some new version of this, so they just wanna get rid of this, I guess. And it's like very thin fine liners, which I really love using because it's really important to keep a contrasting feeling in your sketchbook. It's like when you use a really thin fine liner and you switch to a pastel like chalk to make just like a contrasting feeling, so it's very easy to create that image with a really thin fine line with a very thin fine liner, and combine with something really thick like this, so you can create a really nice contrasting sketch. And I got a pad of brown paper. I just find them like more or less useful whenever you need some brown paper to wave something or fold something or just write something. And I don't think I have any of them with me, so I got the smallest pad, which I hope I will use them soon. And I got these. It's like 54. I know I spent so much money yesterday, but I saved like £20, and they're just really nice, good quality, colorful pencils. I think if you're like me, you tried all the colorful pencils that's on the market, and like normal ones, cheap ones, children pencils, all those things. I've tried them all, and you have to admit, when it comes to colorful pencils, the more expensive, the better, for sure. And trust this brand. Nothing can go wrong with that. Yeah, and that's like, colorful pencil is like very essential, just like markers. And if you know how to draw, and you will know there are a lot of techniques for you to mix markers and colorful pencils to create really nice texture. I think graphic designers are really good at doing that, but I actually don't know. When I use colorful pencils and markers, I just use it as children's colorful pen and just like fitting colors, and that's all. But I feel like I need to like watch some YouTube tutorials or something to improve myself. And the last ones, I've got these with me. I think if you've watched my sketchbook videos, you will realize I use a lot of them. It's called, I don't know what it's called. Meat species pencil. No. Anyway, Pascal or something. This brand, and I got the biggest size. They're like paint pen, and I got the biggest size because I've used small size before and big size before, and I find the biggest ones are most useful because the pens like us. Let me just show you one. Let's get the yellow one, no pink one. Because it's like a paint, but it's pen, and it's the thing I love it the most is it can draw on anything, literally anything, whether it's metal or wood or paper, anything, glasses, and it goes on anything. And when it's dry, the color never changes, because you know some like paint pen, when you draw it looks really bright, but when it's dry it actually goes darker. But I think that's never a problem for these. They're just like, they look really nice and the colors are so bright, and when it's dry it stays as the same color as before. And I never tried this before my foundation, and I just saw somebody use it when we were doing a drawing class, because it also has so much potential. Like, you can see it's like this. So this part, the reason I got the biggest one is because I feel like if I just want some thin line, I would just like use this or this part and just draw it like this. And if I want some really thick lines, I can just draw it like this, but it's up to you. And I just feel like it's just a much more paint in the big ones and just very easy to hold. Also, it looks really cute. And I saw people using this, same reason, like I said before, when you want to create an interesting contrast in your sketchbook, use a really thin line like this and mixed with these kind of thick lines. They're gonna immediately create a very interesting contrast, and just like try new things. And there are some must-haves I didn't find at class, but I'll get it at art shop when school starts, and I think I'll make a video of like kind of must-haves for CSM foundation starters. But these are just the ones I got yesterday for emergency, but I tried to just get things that I think I really need instead of going crazy and buy loads of stuff, because I always do. But this time I'm just trying to be calm. I'm just trying to be calm and buy things that I know I'll 100% definitely very sure that I will use them and they are very good to use. So that's all the things I've got. And the last part of this video, I think I'm just gonna show you guys how all this look like on the sketchbook and what I mean by creating contrasting feeling and all that. Let's just get the sketchbook out. And I'm just gonna work on the middle page and I can take it off. Okay, let's switch the camera so you can see. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys what do I mean by creating a nice contrast when you do your illustration. And I didn't plan this, so let's see how it goes. so I don't know how much time it took, but this is the kind of practice we do on foundation. You really just do your illustration super quick, and you use different media and change and switch things, and just like overlapping, and like just like even without thinking, you know, guys, just like whatever you've got, just try it on the paper and it might surprise you. And now you can see I switched different medias and just like did a really quick example. It's not perfect, it's far away from perfect, but I just want to show you guys how do you just like switch media to make your illustration more interesting. And that's it. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and find it helpful, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are new, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.